How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Nicky D here, and welcome back to the channel. We are back with Gyakuten Live. Sorry, I just had to check my phone for a second. So yeah, it's been a long time since I last touched this game. Hopefully I can remember everything. If memory serves me right, there's a whole situation regarding some tickets that were unauthorized, and I think there was also it was a whole plot between Colin and or I dragged Colin into it, or the other way around. This is going to be an absolute utter mess, but let's not dilly dally. Yeah, I'm doing this now because I was originally going to record today a reaction video to a analog horror My Little Pony video, and I did watch it. I'm heavily disturbed right now, if I'm being honest. The recording software I was using is being very weird and stupid. So, because I usually screen record via XSplit, but it's not working for some reason. So I tried a different software that's being finicky. So I download OBS, and this is it's running like a dream. Holy smokes! So yeah, we're sticking with OBS for a while. All right, so let's continue. Let's see here. So when I last played this game, God. May of 24. Jeez Louise, dude. It's been like a year and a half since I last touched this thing. Well, hold on. Let's go to where the autosave was. Or hold on. So this would have been... We're just jumping right back into it. Yeah, hopefully I can get to the third case soon. Courtroom. Court is now back in session for the trial of Asaka Kaden. Okay, that's right. Kaden was on trial. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Are we? Okay, hang on. Let's go to court record really quick, just to refresh yourself. So, the Ofuda, which is given to us by Naomi, which is going to work out like our Magatama. Newspaper about Daya being defeated by Maki. Hallway map, I remember that. Let's just... Yeah, I remember that. Me. She's so stupid. So, printing room near the club room. So, it's the restroom and practice room. Rina, and Setsuna were in there. Actually, no, everybody was in this room. They will go to the club room for just quick breaks. Club room access records. Let's check those. So, yeah, Colin 405, 420. Colin's homework. Due on the day of the crime, Colin printed this out during the break. Colin's phone lost this in the morning of the 11th, around the time of the crime. Got it back the next day. Print records. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's see here. So printer records. This is the printer was turned on one time at 4:10. It shuts off automatically after 1 minute of idle time. Tickets that were hidden under the printer, I do remember that, can only be printed by club members at the printing room. We were printed at 4:15. So, somebody was in there for 5 minutes printed out. Probably took a few minutes to get the thing set up. Ice photo taken at 4:15, so this was right as the tickets were printed out. So this is when Setsuna, and Rina-chan were in the bathroom. Papers. So yeah, the printer had some weird thing going on. There's some creases around the edges. Rina's outfit. White diamond, which was presumably part of oh, that's right, it was from Ai's outfit, possibly. Right. Shopping list. I wanted to Chirigo to get some souvenirs. And other items from Akihabara on the day of the crime. And Setsuna's photo, and if I remember right, this is the one with the, yep. Okay. Alright. Back to it. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor, Daya says. Good. Is the witness, Rina, fully informed and up to date on the case? She is, and is prepared to testify at a moment's notice. Just as I, the prosecution, am ready to pulverize the defense once and for all. I'd say it's the day of your reckoning, but you've been blindly reckoning since yesterday, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. That is, That is it. This is it. Today, I'll mercifully end your random flailing about with swift, masterful performance. A swift, masterful performance. Blah, blah, blah. We'll see about that. Well, let's get right to it. Bring in the witness. Rena on board. I guess we're doing this now, huh? Apologies, I know you didn't find any notable evidence today, and I originally wasn't going to call you up. Unfortunately, the defense does what the defense does. You know the drill by now. Now, I believe you've been brought up to speed. Please testify about why you came in from the right side of the doorway. Right, because, hang on, so... let's go to that picture. Yeah, she's coming from the right side of the doorway, but with it being in the mirror, it's like the other way. Well, I guess, yeah, you know what I mean. So, like, why is her so why is Setsuna's hand? Oh wait, she's for the longest time I thought she was twisting her arm around. No, that's just God, I'm dumb. Okay, man. Year and a half of not touching this game. Oh, whoops. Alrighty. Let's see here. Sorry, Rena. I know you wanted to keep all of this a secret, but getting Karen roped into this wasn't part of your original plan, was it? That's right, because Rena... That's right, there was a... it was mostly for Rena, because I think Rena wanted to see a show, or she was trying to get somebody to be a part of... see the show. Right, her parents. That's right. Oh my gosh, it's coming back to me. Okay, I think we got a clock in and a lock in, boys. I know you'd hate to have shift blame to her. I think the truth comes out, you'll feel better about it. At least that's what I hope. All right, you. Let's do this, girl. The right side. I didn't go directly to the restroom. I wanted to test something out first. I've been developing an electronics jammer. It's just a project for my science and technology class. Around this time of the crime, I passed the restroom and went directly to the club room, but I didn't go in. You know how the door of the club room has an electronic lock? I was testing my jammer on the lock to see if it would work. After I did that, I went back to the restroom. That's why it looks like I came in from the right. Interesting. And an electronics jammer. That's right. If it worked, it would have unlocked the door without a fingerprint. Don't worry though, it didn't work. Even if it did, I only made it for experimental purposes, not exploitative purposes. Exploitative purposes? Oh my, if anyone ever breaks into the club room, Rena-chan would be our first suspect, huh? Hang on, Rena. Did you bring the jammer with you on the day of the crime? I don't see you holding anything like that, and I didn't see you holding anything like that, and if you're saying you never went to the club room... Oh, about that. I've been developing it in the practice room. I just grabbed it from there before I left. One more thing. Since you went up to the club room door, you must have passed by the camera, right? Yep. That 4:11 p.m. entry is me trying out my jammer. She's admitting that she was the unknown entry. Okay, so... yeah, we got... so she was Mrs. Unknown. So, hang on. Where are the camera records? So yeah. The 4:11, that's... I was about to say Auden. That's Rena. So, Colin. For 5 out of the 6. With Rena being just one of them. At 4:11. Okay. So this whole tidbit with the jammer kind of came out of nowhere. I wonder if she's lying about it. Oh, hey, that's a nice little update with them blinking at each other like that. That's cool. Krakelak, you're pretty cracked at this. Thank you. I'm here all week.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Okay, so hang on a second here. I want to check something. So, we have Rena's outfits, which is just the shirt, skirt, shoes, and the headset that she wears along with the headphones. Would she be able to conceal it in anything here? probably not the shoes. Maybe she had like a hidden pocket on her skirt, or maybe the jammer would be somewhere in the headset. Maybe I'm thinking a little too hard on that. We'll come back to that theory later. Okay, so let's go ahead and press here. We're pressing on everything, dog. I'm gonna go directly to the restroom. I wanted to at least try something first. That's probably the stupid thing to hold. So I'm assuming Ai-chan and Setsuna-chan didn't have any more photos they coincidentally took of you passing by? I guess not. Otherwise, they probably would have gone in a completely different direction with their testimonies. That's just my guess anyway, who knows? Well, I can't say it doesn't make sense. She took a little detour, did she? And what's the something you wanted to test? Okay. Okay, so we got the jammer thing here. Let's go ahead and press. Electronic jammer. What's that? Well, I don't know if electronic jammer is the right name for it, honestly. But the point is, it's a device that puts out a signal that tricks the fingerprint sensor into thinking that it should be activated. It didn't work though. I was thinking that the sensor receives signals because of those records, but maybe I'm wrong. It has those records, but I've got it. You use the so-called electronic jammer to wirelessly transmit a command to the printer to get it to print the tickets. Defense, please. Shouldn't you be above unsubstantiated claims by now? Okay, That is an interesting thought process, though, that we should keep that in mind. Around the time of the crime, I passed by the restroom and went directly to the club room, but I didn't go in. Okay, so around that time of the crime, I passed the restroom. Okay, so they're in the restroom, they went to the restroom. That's going east. And she was going south. I think that might be objectionable, but let's press on that though. I passed the restroom and went directly to the club room. Yeah, so I think that's going to be why I have to object, but we're going to hold off on that. So you're admitting that this entry in the camera records that far states reads on loan belongs to you. Most likely, I had to go right up to the club room door to test out my jammer after all. I was wearing my board at the time, so the camera wouldn't be able to recognize me. It makes sense, right? It's okay though. After my jammer turned out to be a bust, I went right back the way I came. Since I was just dilly-dallying under the camera the whole time, that explains why there's only one entry. No, I think because the camera records show that she went south. But she was going towards the restroom and then the club room. She was going east and then north. So that, I think, is the contradiction that I'm looking for right there. But let's see if we can try to get any extra nuggets of information that could be helpful later. You know how the door of the club room has an electronic lock? I was testing my jammer. Okay, so let's press that. Did anything notable happen while you were trying it out? Not really. Kyler was taking her stroll around the halls at this point, I think. I never ran into her. The door of the club room was on a bend in the halls, so I wasn't really able to look down either of the hallways. According to Kyron's map, she's right. So she never ran into Kyron. That makes sense, since Kyron never met her either. I guess she left before Kyron came around at 4:14. After that, I went back to the restroom. That's why it looks like I came in from the right. Okay. From what we discussed, you seem to just stand there in the restroom for a while without letting Setsuna and I know. Why is that? Well, they were taking photos, right? I wanted to watch and see what they were up to. Besides, they looked like they were having fun. I didn't want to disturb them. So he just stood there, staring at them for like 2 minutes. Yes. Strange response. Something suspicious here. No, ma'am. You know, electronic jammer definitely sounds like something Irina would come up with. I wonder, does that mean she may have been able to enter the clubroom without leaving a trace? Is that possible? Well, if she had gone in, there would have been another entry for leaving, and therefore passing under the camera a second time, right? In that case, I should probably think about her motions, see what they have. Yeah! Okay, so... Jammer, just projects. Okay, around. Alright. Alright, I'm almost certain this is going to be it. So, and I have to present the camera records. I didn't even have to look up a playthrough for that one. Dude, that's awesome. I think with being on Blitzy streams and playing through Ace Attorney with her and the crew, I think it's helped me get a better idea of how to play Ace Attorney, or an Ace Attorney type games, dude. So you went directly from the practice room, past the restroom, and to the door of the club room. Is that correct? I think so. Doesn't that add up? Unfortunately, no. And I'll tell you why. Tell me why. Let's take a look at the camera records again. Here it says that someone passed by the club room at 4:11. That was me. Is there a problem with it? Actually, there is. Camera records specified that you were moving south. That is, you approached it from the north. But you passed the restroom to go to the clubroom door. You haven't approached it from the south. You would have approached it from the south. Uh-oh. If you approach it from the south, that means you were actually moving northbound, doesn't it? Order in the court. Okay, Ellie, calm down. Ah, well done, you. Pretty good with the directions, you know. Although, what exactly does this change? Well, because Rina's admitted to being the 11 o'clock entry on the camera record, means she's lying about her route. Oh, that's right. Good point. Everyone, we know that the 411 person must have been moving southbound. That means they must have been moving clockwise around the halls. If you were to take the 411 person to be Rina and refer to the hallway map, you can see that going clockwise means you take the long way around the halls to go to the club room. But notice, what room do you pass if you take that route? Aha! It would look like it would take you right past the printing room. That's right. The logical route involves Rina passing by the printing room. How do you intend to explain this, Rina? Just because the witness passed the printing room, that doesn't mean she had to have gone in. There are a number of possible reasons why Tenoji Rina-san took the long route. You have no proof that she ever went to the printing room. In that case, the defense requests that the witness testify about why she chose to take the long route instead of the more obvious short route. Alright, here you go. Alright, let's see what we got here. Electronics jammer takes a while to warm up. So while I waited for that to happen, I decided to kill some time. I decided to take the long routes around the halls. It's nice to listen to music while you walk, you know? You're not wrong, I do that too. I had my electronic board on at the time. As you can see, my board has a built-in set of headphones. My board also has storage for a bunch of cool stuff, including songs. Pretty nifty, huh? Alright. Horosho. A neat little device. So you're currently wearing the same board that you had on during the time of the crime. Yeah, that's right. It looked a little different then. But there are attachments I can add to the board and make it look different for different purposes. Rina wanted to take a stroll listening to music while her jammer warmed up. I don't know if I buy that. What, you've never done it, Yu-chan? It's quite relaxing and gives you a moment to yourself. I mean, sure. Yeah, but I have no doubt that Rina was the one who printed the VIP tickets. There's no way she just wanted to take a stroll. You think so? Better keep that in mind for the cross-examinations coming up then. Defense, your witness. Alright. Electronic chamber took a while to warm up. Okay, so let's go ahead and press. How long does it take to warm up, would you say? Maybe 3 minutes or so. I guess you can say that my trip around the whole hallway took 3 minutes as well. How do you know that trip lasted that long? Did you time it? Well, I had telepathy playing at the time, and I got to the ninth telepathy. Oh my god, I need to read more. I'm not a good out loud reader, and I'm a voice actor for God's sake. When I reached the club room, that's about the 3-minute mark, you know. Defense, do you have any evidence that would contradict the witness's statements? I feel like the answer is yes, but I don't know right now, so we're going to just say no. I don't think I have the evidence to counter that claim. Best I hold off for now. So I take the long route around the halls. It's nice to listen to music while you walk, you know? Alright, let's press that. I don't think that's going to have much, but we'll see. Did anything notable happen during your trip? What, you mean, like, did I see or hear anything about the place? Out of place. Not really, no. All I heard was Ai-san and Setsuna chattering about something in the restroom. But that was when I just left the practice room. Vince, did you have any evidence on contract? Oh my gosh. So, is it going to be like this for each one? Wait, actually, I might. Because if she's listening to music, how did she hear Ai and Setsuna? Alright, let's keep pressing for it, though. I'm on electronic board all the time, and as you can see, my board is built into the headphones. Are you sure that the board was the same one you have on today? Yeah, I have a cat ear star attachments for the idle version of it, but it's the same board. Usually I'm not using it for extended periods of time. I just put all the attachments on so I don't lose them, but I remember to take them off for the trial today. It caught me up on such notice that I almost forgot to take them off, you know? Right, sorry about that. Don't worry about it. I'm not serious. Why are you so serious? Let me see something here, so... That's more or less the same, except the headphones that she's wearing now look more pink. And those are more white. There's also storage for a bunch of cool stuff, including songs. Pretty nifty, right? What else do you have stored there? Let's see. Photos and videos, notes, song lyrics, cheat sheets. I hope you're not committing academic disintegrity. I'd have to report you if you are. I don't bring this board to class. Oh, right. Bring your weird paper notepad when you're just lounging about. Does the notepad have cheat sheets? What the heck are you going on about? Knock it off. I don't think I have anything regarding board storage, so... We're just talking about her board. I think she's trying to throw you off. Yeah, I don't think she's giving us information just off the bat. I'll probably have to do some pressing. Sounds good. Don't let her fool you. Minchan may be nice, but she's also very smart. She'll be a tough nut to crack. Yeah. Let's get the pressing here. I just did that, you. Okay, so... Alright, so let's press this. Oh, you mean like... All I heard was Ai-san chatting about... Okay, but if you have your headphones on, how do you hear Ai and Setsuna unless the song was ending? But that's when I just left the practice room. Wait, hang on. So, hang on, I just thought of something. So, let's take a look. So, yeah, so she has the cat ears and the little stars on it. But where's that? As soon as... Nah, yeah, that's the same one. Where's the other picture? So, yeah, that's the one with the kitty cat ears for sure. Let's try this out. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but we're going to test it out. That she has on today is different. Okay, then yeah. I think we got it. So yeah, it's going to this one, but no, not you. Oh, son of a... The board she has on now is different. Unless I need to present the outfit. Ah. Ah, man. Ah, man, oh man. Ah. Right when I thought I had it, you think I have cracked the code, but no. What do you mean? Man. Oh, man, this is throwing me off. I'm almost certain there's something here, though. Like, you mean like, did I see your handing on a place? Iron Satsuna. Oh, wait. Okay. I think I know what's up now. She would have seen somebody, actually. Who else was in the hallway with her? Colin. She would have noticed Colin. Why didn't she not? Oh, it's so obvious. Oh, I'm so stupid. Profiles. Where are you? Where are you? So, Rena, you can confirm that you were going clockwise. But at the same time, Colin was walking counterclockwise. One person walks clockwise, the other person walks counterclockwise. On the same path, same time. What happens? That's right, they will invariably run into each other. Ah, that's right. They have to meet at some point during their walks. We know that Carmen was circling the halls from 408 to 414 based on the information from the camera method. Not to mention, Rena's trip requires her to be at the club room door at 411. It's essentially impossible for them to have missed each other. Colin said that she never encountered anybody in the halls, right? That means that Rena must have avoided Colin somehow. Question is, how and why did Rena avoid Colin? kind of question is that? Obviously, the witness ducked into some other room in the hallway as the defendant passed by. What did you say, witness? That's what you did, correct? Well, yes, that goes without saying. As for why, well, I'll let the witness testify about that. Rena hid it in some hall or room while Carmen passed by, huh? I haven't really been paying attention to the surroundings of those hallways. I wonder where she could have chose to lay low. Huh? Yeah! That's it! Defense? What are you yakking about over there? I think I know, Rena-chan. The place you hid from Kauden. Oh, I know where she's going with this. I will not allow the witness to... I will not allow you to badger the witness with random accusations. You know what you have to do instead. You got an idea where the witness decided to hide from the defendant? Provide the evidence to back it up. At the same time. Oh my god, my reading comprehension is just going down the drain. Evidence? Do I have any? Very well then. Some evidence shows exactly where Rena should decide to hide from Kauden. It's going to be the map, right? Because because Rena went that way, Kauden went the other way. These images hidden in this location. Well, I can't. No, how about you, Defense? I can't either. Yes. Fuck. Give it another try. Make sure you can see your points this time. Very well then. Oh. Because if Kauden was going this way... Oh, wait! It would be the bathroom. So it had to present either or Setsuna's pictures. Right? Ah, crud. I'm screwed. Dang it. Son of a gun. That's the bit. Sorry, Kauden. You're getting the brazen bull. Retry. Alright, we already went through this, so I'm just going to jump cut. Alright, so map isn't going to work. Ai's picture did not work, so neither will Setsuna's picture. But with the map, with Rena going around this way, that means she would have to go to the printer room. Showing the map doesn't prove that. But records would show it. It doesn't specifically say where Rena-chan went on the camera records. However, our printer records... Okay, so it's probably going to be either the printer records or maybe the camera records again. I'll try the printer records first. That might be it now that I'm thinking about it. Because it won't be the cloakroom access records. I don't think that's going to be it, so I'm going to need... Alright, fingers crossed. Let's see here. Son of a gun. Let's take a look at the printer records. Here it says that the printers were turned on at 4:10. Remember that? Now, we know that Rena was moving through the halls clockwise. And we know she passed by the club room just 1 minute later at 4:11. Yeah, you don't mean... Mm-hmm. That's right. The timing of the printer getting activated matches up perfectly with Rena's trip to around the halls. Hold on, show. So what you're saying is that the witness entered the printing room and turned on the printer. It's the only logical explanation. Nobody else could possibly have turned the printer on. Isn't that right, Rena? Her board is short-circuiting. I think we got her. Rena. The room you hid from Colin's in. Could it have been the printing room? Who can say? The printer was turned on at the time you supposedly went in. That can't be a coincidence. How did you explain this? Why was the printer used at the same time you apparently entered this room? Entered the printing room. Witness, this is a very incriminating situation for you. Please think about your answer carefully. Once you're ready, please testify about why you decided to answer from the defendant. Hide from the defendant. Why the printer was turned on. Hang on, give me a second. Oh, she's cooked. Rena, are you alright? Yes, I feel normal. Just a moment. She's having a stroke. Okay, I'm ready. Rena, just hang in there for a little longer. Alright, let's see here. Oh, man. Crack was absolutely cooking with this music, dude. Or whoever made the music in this game. Dude, fantastic job. Okay. When I heard Calvin coming around the corner, I ducked into the nearest room, which happened to be the printing room. Based on what I know, I think at that time, my signal jammer finally finished warming up. Since it has wireless functions, it may have automatically connected to the nearest printer without me knowing, thereby turning it on. The nearest printer must have been the big white printer, and it stayed connected even after I left, which is why the printer didn't automatically turn off. That is, until Colin plugged in her own flash drive, which overrode my connection to it. Alright, I'm gonna definitely have to press for and try to get some info out. It's getting a bit convoluted now, don't you think? So your jammer linked up to the printer. It is convoluted. But that's what happens when you fidget around with technology sometimes. Just like with everything else in this school. It also seems a little too convenient, right? So all this confusion can be chalked up to one big accident. Not gonna lie, I'm fairly sure 95% of Rena's testimony was fabricated. There's no way that all those coincidences just happened to fall in place. Geez, so you're probably aiming to prove that her story right now is somehow phony. Looks like that's what I have to do. But what are the odds that I have evidence to prove something didn't happen? Okay, alright, so pressing on this guy first. Why did you feel the need to hide from Colin? I don't know. You don't know? We're the only one who could answer that. Sorry, I don't have an answer. Rena, but... Come on, Daya. That's enough. She doesn't know, she doesn't know. Sometimes your body just does things without knowing why. She most certainly went to the printing room to print the VIP tickets, but I can't prove that right now. Based on what I know, I think at that time my signal jammer finally warmed up. Okay. So, you're not sure. I'm pretty sure. But you often end up with unintended behaviors when working with technology. But as far as I know, that's what happened. I have no clue why. But it is what it is. I can't tell if this is extremely suspicious or just extremely relatable. I have to figure that one out. Since it has wireless functions, it may have automatically connected to the nearest printer without me knowing, thereby turning it on. It just connected automatically? Yes, it seems to be some unexpected side effect of the programming. Actually, maybe that's why the jammer didn't work on the door, because it was already connected to the printer. I'll give it another run later, after I program a way to disconnect it from the nearest electronic device after startup. Or you can just make it not automatically connect to the nearest thing when it turns on. See, Yeah, the nearest printer must have been the big white. Nearest printer must have been the big white printer, and it stayed connected even after I left, which is why the printer didn't automatically turn off. So, printer thought your jammer was a flash drive. I guess so. Whatever it is, the jammer pinged something in the printer that made it think it had a job to do. Oh, maybe I should rebrand my electronic jammer as a printer jammer and turn it on as one. Printer jammer needs a bit of work to the name, or people might think it just messes up paper inside a printer. Creases, but granted, I think that creases have been happening for a while now. That's until Karen plugged in her own flash drive, which overrode my connection. Did Karen say she used a flash drive? No, she... Hang on. Then prepare this out during a break to drop by the classroom without knowing. Creased around the edges. Did Cotton say she used her phone to print out her homework? I don't remember. Okay, well, let's press this for. We'll come back to this later. We'll come back to the line of thought later. Hang on a second. Isn't it possible that your jammer could wirelessly print the VIP tickets that way? No, by 4:15, when the tickets were printed, I was in the restroom. My jammer only works in short distances, not over several dozen meters, and through 3 walls. Not to mention, I don't think my jammer is able to command the printer to print, only serve as a beacon to turn it on, among other things. If only I had more details about this jammer. Ah, shoot. That's why we're running in more circles than the witness and the suspect on the day of the crime. Point is, I think I've heard all I need to hear. It might be time to wrap this up. No. Aaron, please. Wait. Defense just needs a little bit more information. Is that so? About what exactly? The so-called electronic jammer. We haven't seen it. And we don't even know if it exists. The defense requests that the witness testify further about the electronic jammer. Prosecution, do you agree with us? Absolutely not. Absolutely not? Correct. Defense already cross-examined an entire testimony from the witness about how the jammer interfered with the printer. Further information would be superfluous to the point of frivolousness. You have already gotten through the previous testimony. We're now going to examine every last detail about some device that has already served its purpose in the case. What will you ask for next? The components of the jammer? The size of it? The way you use it? Yes, in fact. I would like to know all of those things. Your Honor, the defense has officially gone cuckoo. Let's finish this trial before we lose any more of our dignity. I agree. It may be time to bring this trial to an end. But first, defense, I'll grant you one last chance to present any evidence you think would advance the trial. Ugh, damn it, that's it. Well, what now, you? You have any evidence? I don't. At this point, the only evidence that would let this trial go on is the jammer. If it even exists. I mean, think about it. If the jammer actually exists, surely Daya would have presented it by now. But Daya is refusing to show it to us. What am I supposed to do? In that case, you'll just have to make her want to show it to us. That's your only choice. Make her. Can I do that? Defense, it's time. Do you have any evidence that would allow this trial to continue? It's a trick question. I mean, like, yeah, I feel like yes, we do. Yeah, we don't have anything though. The prosecution hasn't given the defense the evidence that would allow the trial to continue. What's that supposed to mean? Well, isn't it clear? The only piece of evidence that would continue the trial is the one that you're refusing to show to the court. Huh. That's because I already know that it will have no bearing on the case. Showing it will be a waste of time. And yet, we don't have the confirmation of this so-called electronics jammer even exists. Strange. There's nothing suspicious about it. Why haven't you submitted it as evidence by now? Your Honor, what do you call it when you knowingly conceal or fabricate evidence for a case like this? Tampering. Tampering with evidence. But Daya would never tamper with evidence, right? Perhaps. But... yeah. Your Honor, do you remember this case from a month ago? Oh yes, I remember. Maki lost to Daya. Back then, didn't she? That's what the official result was. A certain somebody told me something interesting about the case that got me thinking. Would Daya-san have won without the fabricated evidence? Yes, there were those rumors, but they were just rumors, weren't they? Who knows? I sure hope Daya isn't tampering with evidence this time around. Or did those rumors have an inkling of truth? Yeah, like, why would it present? Because like, if we're trying to force Daya to do something, we have to present something to her that affects her specifically. Order, order. You can stop right there. I know what it looks like. I am aware of what happened last month. But rumor is just a rumor, nothing more. Maki was the first to accuse me of falsifying evidence. Everyone else took it and ran from there. Right, Maki still thinks that you fabricated evidence, though. Perhaps she even started those rumors herself. But even if nobody believes me, the truth prevails. I wouldn't be caught dead falsifying evidence. And this situation is no different. The only reason I have not submitted the jammers because the witness wishes me not to. But that doesn't matter. The jammer does not exist. I have inspected it inside and out. Nothing about it raises any red flags. And that's why this one time I figured it wouldn't matter if it wasn't shown directly. But I suppose I was wrong to think that way. Prosecution, will you now permit the witness to testify about the electronic jammer? I will not stand for being accused of tampering of evidence any longer. So yes, I rescind my previous decision. However, defense, once it becomes clear that this testimony changes nothing, you will finally understand my choice. Very well then. Witness, please testify about the electronics jammer. Alright, so I think we're going to stop it here for right now. So let me just go ahead and save. So yeah, guys. Thank you so much for watching me return back to Gyakuten Live. I hope you all enjoyed this video. We're going to definitely continue the series and try to catch up. The third case was released sometime last year, I believe it was. Or maybe it was like a little bit before that. But yeah, so we're definitely going to try to get caught up and get some more Let's Play videos for you guys. So, with that being said, again, thank you so much for watching. Take care of each other, love each other, and I'll see you next video.